My response to this is going to go off of everybody's going to be different. I started training at below that age. But again, this is something that I'm assuming might be the mom here. I would make sure that there's other things going on first before the lifting. Like, is he wrestling, doing gymnastics, doing other activities that might be great for the body? We good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then into the lifting. And I'd make sure the one big thing about lifting is that I'd make sure he's doing it with somebody that really knows their stuff. Because I'll see a lot of fathers having their kids lift, but they're just having them stand up with the weight in any position they possibly can. And the only problem with that is obviously injuries for anybody at any age, but their bodies are just not developed all the way. So I'd rather stay in a good, positive position. So yeah, it's always a tough one though. Tough one for parents. So for everybody else, we are weeks away from New Year's. So I wanted to make sure you guys get back in there, get another check-in here in the Titan Crew. I'll put up the link right here for you guys to get in the Titan Crew. All right, let's get ready. Let's set everything up so we're ready to go into the new year. And this will be the actual post that we'll put in the Titan Crew. So you guys comment down below on this bad boy, okay?
Is this Dragon Boy Radio?
That's the meal plan. Want to probably get going on that bad boy right away. So we're set as we're going into the new year.
Distilled water, is it easier to break down water?
Wow. Whew. We got to the point now that we have to break down water.
Huh.
Wow.
Do you ever eat pancakes?
Well, Mona fixes. And Mona, do we have video of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do a nice protein pancake. Great one. Do I do straight pancakes? If I'm getting ready for a photo shoot and I'm diced down, then yes.
Syrup or no syrup?
Jelly.
Ooh.
I'm a jelly guy in my pancakes. I like my strawberry or grape jelly.
Ooh.
And it's great, that extra sugar. Oof. You talk about filled out. Some whole eggs with that bad boy, that sodium in the eggs.
Some butter spray. Thoughts on beef liver tablets?
Yeah, I've done them throughout my career. I like the idea. Yeah. We have some over there on the shelf right now.
I'm like 160 kilograms. What's the best way to start losing weight?
Start eating correctly.
Simple, huh? Simple as that?
Yeah.
It's all good.
You didn't. Maybe you did need to ask that. But yeah, the first thing, you know what? I stand corrected. I would make sure that you're healthy. I'd get the blood work done, make sure that everything's functioning correctly inside. And then I'd control and make sure that the nutrition is correct going in. So there's the two things. Start with make sure you get blood work done. Second thing is make sure the nutrition is right for you. And then give that some time. Don't rush into everything. Don't put it all at one time.
Ooh, which kind of leads you right here. What about starting lifting hard at 50 without previous training?
Well, sure, go ahead, because your terminology of hard compared to mine is two different worlds. So hard for you because you've never done it before is probably decent. Good for you. Get in there. It'll only get better as you continue to do it. Just remember one thing, that anybody here, you don't have to emphasize for dramatic emphasis and say hard. Your training should be smart. Hard is irrelevant, mostly if you're doing it wrong.
Would you say machines can prevent injuries more?
Taking a second because I get you. Nobody wants to be hurt, right? Okay, so then you go in and you baby it, and you don't even just do machines, but you do them very delicately. So now what you're doing is you're setting yourself up to where maybe later on in life, you're just like everybody else and frail because of the fact that you didn't do any stabilizer muscles or ligaments or anything like that. Everything was machine based. So it's a trick question. First of all, you can get hurt doing anything. So let's remove that aspect of it. And then what you're doing is going, I want to tap it a little bit and stay safe. Well, safe isn't, we all want to be safe and we'll go in there with the mindset. But you guys drive on a road with a yellow line saying that to stay on your lane. Think about that for a second. You have enough faith in that the guys on the other side are going to stay in their lane. And it's just a yellow line splitting the road. That's real life. If you freak out about everything and a hypochondriac and how to break down water, it's like, good luck.
Break down water.
Break down water. Go for it. Sorry.
Statement here. I'm 35. Felt awkward being 35 and a newbie in the gym, but you inspired me to go and get healthy. Thank you a lot.
Freaking love it because 35 is still so young to make that happen. So good job for you doing it.
Hey, do you have days that you don't want to go into the gym? How do you stay motivated?
I don't stay motivated. And yes, I do have days that I don't want to go in the gym and I still go in the gym because it's not a motivational thing. I don't do the gym because it's just, you get up and that's what you do. It's a habit. It's something I know that I have to do. It's like how many people here get up and they don't want to go to your job, but you still do it? Same thing. Some things you have to do. And for those people that think, well, the gym isn't that have to do thing. Mm-hmm. Great. I'll see you when you're 50 and 60. I'll see how you're tussling life. Yeah. Anybody here that's looking for motivation, don't do it. Do it because you have to do it. Or do it because you still get to do it right now. Because there's going to come a stage in life where you're just going to have to take care of your health because you didn't. So it's always better to do it when you can instead of you have to. So two different worlds. You think they understand what I mean by that? The difference between you get to compared to you have to?
No.
I'll just throw this down here for you. You get to go train like the one gentleman. He's 35 still. So he's young enough to where he gets to go do it and he's healthy. Then you got people on here that aren't doing anything until they're 50 or 60. So they have to go train because they waited their whole lives. And so the health is deteriorating. And for them to hold on, now they have to do it. And if you don't like it either way, that doesn't matter. At least you get to do it.
Hey, Mike, it's your Irish buddy. Hope the family is good. What is the most underrated food for recovery?
Steak. 100%. Good question. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend.
Does bacon help?
Yeah, definitely. Get that bacon in, dog. Go enjoy it. Have fun. You can pull it off if you already did that.
At what age do you feel you cannot grow new muscle and become bigger?
I don't know. For me, it hasn't happened.
You're still gaining muscle?
Still getting there.
So far out of you. What? You're older than 26, though.
26? It's 24.
24, dude.
That's what I always heard.
You're fucking old.
Yeah.
You can't,
You can't do anything after 24. What?
This is a good This is a good candidate for the check-ins right here.
Go with it.
How many calories should I eat at 45 years old to build muscle?
The right calories for you.
Yeah.
That's what it should be at. Make sure it's
What do you mean it's not
on
it's
precise.
Not 3,200?
Oh, you mean there's a number for a 45-year-old?
There should be, shouldn't there?
Huh. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, because technically he could be a 300-pound 45-year-old, or he could be a 150-pound.
That would
45.
matter.
He could be a guy that's been active and does a little basketball on the weekend, or he could be a guy that doesn't do anything.
That would matter.
Yeah, it would matter. Wouldn't that matter?
Then you're going to tell me sleep,
Well,
water, recovery,
Stress and life.
that kind of stuff matters.
He doesn't have peace at home, so he's always
Oh.
stressed.
The wife's knocking him up, knocking him around,
Yeah.
stressing him up.
Sorry, I am not bright enough to tell you how many calories you should take in for a 45-year-old to build muscle. It also doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing is, for this guy or anybody, you can figure it out. And you can figure it out by what you're doing right now. And then we find out where your maintenance is. And over the couple of weeks, we figure that out. See what's working with your body, how bad your body's doing, or how well.
How would you figure it out? You'd have to stick to something for a couple weeks?
We'd have to start. We'd have to get him on a plan. Make sure we know what his body weight is, how active he is.
That's not the answer I wanted.
Yeah, I know. There's a little bit more details than just, hey, tell me the number.
Facing cramps badly when using creatine. Why?
No reason. It's not creatine. Probably not drinking enough water, or you're low on secondary vitamins.
How often do you deload?
Deload's usually after a 12-week plan. Because you wrote 4 to 6 weeks. No. Deload's after 12 weeks. Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
We're almost done here. We're almost done. We're just jumping in here. This thing.
No,
Did you put up a Twitter?
You know, we're going to Vegas today. Right?
Okay. All right. Let me finish this up.
No, it's not.
It's canceled. What can I do to fix my ankle mobility? I can tell you because I've snapped my ankle falling off of basically a 3-story building and losing it horribly.
Hardcore parkour.
You're going to have to, it depends on how bad it is and if it's locked up and if it's frozen. If your ankle is frozen, that sucks, dude. But you're going to have to get some very painful work done to help break up a lot of that scar tissue. And then there's going to be a lot of band work and stretching that's going to need to go on with weights. Something I used to do a lot was, look at this. This is a really cool stretch. I'm just going to show you because this one helped. You load up like 315 on a barbell and just put it on your knees right there.
Oh my gosh.
And just
Wow.
like kind of rock
I
back.
could see what that
Yeah.
would do to
You
it.
just like rock back and forth and that'll slowly get that joint moving.
And you got that bar on your
Just right,
thigh
just-
or,
yeah.
yeah.
Wherever the most weight is.
That's $50.
That's a bitty bomb.
That would be painful.
It is painful. But what's more
But
painful
it's a painful, but it'd be feel good. And then also the idea that to
Mhm.
put it on there and to move your ankles
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
would
it's
be, I see, that's foreplay to me. That turned me on right there. Got to be honest.
and that's if it's bad. I don't know what level yours is at. Mine was bad, so I had to kind of do some crazy shenanigans like that.
Back in our day, if you didn't see a kid in class with a broken ankle in the 70s,
Do they have casts? Do they still make casts for kids?
what do they do if not that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, do they go outside and get hurt?
I don't see a lot of that now. You see, it's the emotional damage now. Yeah. In elementary school, man, it was broken wrists and broken ankles, mostly ankles, because we were trying to do those
Mhm.
the BMX bikes over the jumps that you man made with whatever wood
Oh,
your
man.
dad had out there.
Plywood and cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Mike, as I've gotten bigger, I feel like I've lost my mind muscle connection to some specific muscles, like the tricep. How is that, and how can I get it back?
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that when they're off season and they're bulking, they lose that connection. For me,
Really?
it's yeah, compared to when they're all lean and down. Obviously, this is something that you got to keep, especially triceps, because I don't see, this tricep is usually a very lean muscle. Even when you're bulking, it's still pretty lean. So that shouldn't be the issue here. Yeah, just my friend, you need to focus in on it. Maybe move some more weight if that needs be. And I hate saying that because you should be able to isolate it without weight. You should be able to flex it without weight. You hit those bicep shots, right? And you hit that bi and tri. So connection, keep it.
Will drinking Diet Coke prevent gains?
We're all dumber for that question. Jesus. Yeah, I said we're all dumber for that question. Next.
I forgot how to read.
Yeah, you forgot how to read now for a moment.
Live's over.
Jeez.
How many minutes is enough for a workout session? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
And you'll find what you like and don't like.
Hey, Mike, I recently broke my left ankle. I was lifting consistently prior to the break. Now I'm stuck on the couch. What should I do diet-wise and with lifting to stay strong during recovery?
Oh, it's the ankle. So, yeah, you're on crutches. Yeah, sorry to hear that, my friend. And I love that you said this. This is the level I wish more of you guys would come in at. So he understands that on the couch, nutrition is a huge part of this. And I think this is the extreme two levels here. It's the diet. We're going to find out where we need to be. Obviously, we can pull it back a bit because your maintenance is going to go down a little bit because you're not doing as much. Also, I don't think you need to do as much when you're injured and you're trying to recover. Again, stress is stress. I get it, and exercise, but you want your body to recoup, heal up that ankle the best it can. And so it also doesn't make sense for you, and so many people do this. They go ballistic on everything else. And it's like, well, this would be a great time to pull back and let your body adapt to less work, less volume. So that's what I would do. I would not stress as much about the training, get it in, but take it to 60%. Just get in there, keep moving, doing some moves and keep your body active as much as you can. Get the blood flow, but then clean up the diet. Make sure you're just a little bit more precise on the diet as you are doing so much less work. All right. I can help you that way in the Titan crew. Make sure that we're on point. All right. Great question, though. Great question.
What's a good substitute for squats and deadlifts with a back injury?
Leg press is great, right? For squats. If you can do hack squats, if it's a little bit supported, maybe a lean forward on your hack squats to take off the pressure of the lower back, if you can. But leg press. Deadlifts, do some supported bent over rows. Supported bent over, I guess you would call them seal rows is another name for them. Do some machines as you're healing up. And then as you get back and you're healed up, really attack when it's healed and you're good to go. Attack that lower back with a lot of hyperextensions and start strengthening that back and get all of it back. Don't just go 0 to 100. Now your back is healed. I would really focus on getting that back stronger than ever, especially for the mind. Because I sometimes when the back goes out, the mind goes with it, depending on your age. And when the mind goes, you're done, just so you know. Couple more, guys. Thank you for balancing out these the questions, guys. We got some good ones coming in. Takes care of the other ones.
Do you have a rule on not eating close to bedtime?
No, absolutely not. And I always kind of laugh at that stuff. When I am bulking and off season and I'm putting that size on, I eat 2 minutes before bed. There's probably times that Mona picks off some of my food off my chest because I was eating right at bedtime. And I eat as soon as I get up. Food and carbohydrates. And as you age, carbohydrates function differently as you get older and older. Okay, so that's the natural body's ability. By keeping the body understanding how to use carbohydrates to its best of ability is what's kept me in the shape I am, the strength I am today, the healthiness that I am today. Good question again. I know there's a lot, and I fully understand this question because you guys are getting bombarded by so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram's experts, I guess you would say, saying you got to stop eating before bed and stuff. There's so many things that they say not to do, and we're still here doing this stuff. And a lot of the guys that you guys speak about or give you this information are decades younger than me and already out of shape, worse than most people in the gym. So there's pros and cons to all this stuff. I'll eat right before bed while I'm off season. Helps me sleep better, deeper. I recover better. And then the best thing about that is when I need to slice and dice and I do cut it back before bed, 2 to 3 hours, when I'm dicing for those 3 months, it heightens it that much more for that moment. But again, I can't live in that moment because then the body will shut down and adapt to that as well.
At what point did you realize that being in shape was a lifelong goal?
No, athletics. Being athletic was a lifelong goal. Being able to work out was a lifelong goal. Being in shape is a side effect. It has nothing to do. Eating healthy is a lifelong goal. So being in shape is just a side effect of all those things. Let's keep that in mind for everybody here, because you could be in shape and not being able to do the rest of the stuff because all you're doing is you're starving yourself and doing 2 to 3 hours of cardio. It's like, okay, well, you're keeping that physique because of the amount of effort you're doing. The healthy person is somebody that can train 4 days a week, minimal cardio, eat carbohydrates, and still walk around the same, in shape, abs, and looking great. That's the goal. That should be the goal. It shouldn't be hey, I train 7 days a week. I don't eat carbs. I sleep 10 hours a day. I cold plunge. It's like, geez Louise, that's annoying.
Been a fan since the Gladiator days.
I appreciate that. Great headshot too. Almost there. They're hitting some good questions here.
You've
got
got
some
7 more minutes.
7 more minutes. I'm out of here. All right.
Some homers.
Yeah, big questions.
And I'm up here. Where was this one
Appreciate that, though. Appreciate that. And we're still here being gladiators.
Where did this guy go? We got a bunch of good ones. If I can't find it, boom. Just gonna, you know what? Going straight to the bottom. So I'm pretty high up here.
Let me jump back for a second.
Yeah.
Jump back to the Diet Coke.
Diet Coke?
Yeah, there's a reason why I want you to pull this one back up.
All right.
First of all,
we'll get back to that.
we'll come back. Got my boy Arnie's photos using that. Nice.
Where's Diet Coke? Diet Coke's early. Hold on. No. Booyah. Philip.
Yeah. All right. So this is a dumb question, right? Obviously. It goes along with the guys that go, hey, does coming stop my gains? But on the flip side, I understand if you're really young and you listen to Instagrammers, here's what you should do, though, when you do listen to stuff like this and you hear these people talking about that. Actually, take a visual look at the individual. Okay, so we were looking at somebody the other line who was talking about don't touch your receipts at the grocery store. And I'm like, holy cow, you are a frail man that's so, hypochondriac. Having a Diet Coke isn't going to hurt you. It's not going to end your gains, mostly because you think you're doing everything else. You're sleeping right. You're taking in the right amount of calories. You're having your carbs after your workout. You're training smart. You're doing all these things, and suddenly a Diet Coke's going to stop your gains? It doesn't work that way, guys. The basic stuff, the most basic stuff every day, 365 is what's going to get you in shape. The whole have your water with your lemon in it in the morning. Those things they sound great. Those are so minute to the whole thing. Having a Diet Coke every once in a while. When I go to dinner, I think I down about 10 Diet Cokes with a steak when we go out to dinner. And we go out to dinner every couple of weeks. It's like the little stuff like that, it's not going to change. The big stuff is the smart training, getting into the gym, doing your workouts, eating your food day in and day out that you're supposed to eat on your calories. That's going to get you this stuff. So you guys got to stop listening to these people that are online telling you to don't touch your receipts at the grocery store. Holy shit. That might have been the most beta thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Give me another one, Jeffrey.
Why are you spreading misinformation, Mike?
You
can't touch receipts. You can't touch paper.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That dude's never been laid in his life.
How many condoms is he wearing?
Yeah, how many?
Here we go. Back to our boy. Is behind the neck press more side delt?
No, it's more front delt, if anything. But I feel it throughout the whole deltoid. Yeah. It's not one side or more or the other. Go right back to Lee Priest. Is it more inside head or outside head? Go do behind the necks. You love them. And
That's
more than anything, you saw that one?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, shut up about it.
Is this the inner head or the outer?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Just hit it.
Just go do it. The great thing about behind the neck press, and I'll keep saying this over and over again, is it's kept my shoulders healthy. The range of motion. Jeffrey was just talking about ankle mobility. And it's like, wait a minute, you want ankle mobility, but you don't want shoulder mobility. That makes no sense to me. But that's kind of where society's talking. You want your ankles to be going every which way. You want your shoulders to have great range of motion. Great range of motion. So yeah, that's number one reason I do it is range of motion, healthiness, so I can continue to lift. And I love behind the neck presses because I know it pisses people off as well.
One more from him and then I'll move on.
Right.
Oh, what do you look for that makes a good gym?
Not much. I need basic power racks and good straight barbells. That's I can't believe I have to say that. A gym doesn't, they're all bent, the barbells.
You're saying that like you've experienced
Yeah, I've experienced it every single day. That's one thing that should be taken out. So heads up. A good amount of dumbbells, probably doubles in most numbers, especially the lower numbers. You got to have doubles, but some good size big boy dumbbells. That's all I look for. And then a basic range of motion equipment, good leg press, good incline. Doesn't take much for me. You guys have seen my gym here, and we're doing another gym at one of the other houses, and it's not going to have much. I don't need much. I just need the right stuff. Good question.
What do you think about this statement? Meal prep is the hardest thing.
Absolutely not. I understand it's too easy nowadays, but also I understand for you guys, maybe if you're younger, meal prep was hard for us in the day. In the 70s and 80s, it was really tough because we didn't have the range of what you guys had today. The protein drinks weren't as good. We didn't have all these protein snacks that you can get at any time. So yeah, it was much tougher during my time. So today's meal preps, you can do a company or other things, and it's just so freaking easy. So easy. And it's the most important thing. There's nothing. If you tell me you don't meal prep, but you work out every day, I'm going to assume you're going to look the same the next 5 years. It'll be, if anything, it's going to be a decline compared to anybody that meal preps day in and day out and trains 4 days or 3 days a week. They're going to make improvements. You got one more for me?
That'd be about a good one.
That was a good question, though. Meal prep, it's not the hardest thing.
Let me pull a good one in here.
It's not most flattering or fun thing. I get that, but not hardest.
Mike, I've not been implementing upright rows. Is that a bad idea?
No. Depends on what you want. I want healthy shoulders and round shoulders, and there's one of the best exercises for that. But yeah, what you guys want to train and what you want to do is really up to you guys. Is there a reason for why you're bypassing a basic shoulder exercise?
Just for that, I'm gonna go buy something just to touch the receipt.
Exactly. I'll do that too.
Hey, you ready for the meal?
Ready.
Mealtime.
Started powerlifting and bodybuilding at 9. First Olympic lifting meet was 12. First powerlifting and bodybuilding competition was 13, almost 14 years old.
Just logging on here. A question is, do you have a diet plan that you offer big men to lose weight and build muscle? I've tried so many diets.
Yeah, I do. I work with people and get them in the best shapes of their lives, which is great and fun for me. And it's the only reason I still do it today, because it's not something I have to do, but I like doing it. I got a crew, a private group called the Titan Crew, and that's where I work with everybody. Link is on my bios. Anywhere on my bios, you can find that. Thanks for hanging out.
What do you think about leg kickbacks for males?
I have no idea what a leg kickback is.
The butt blaster machine, where you sit and then you just shoot your leg back.
I got you. Yeah, sure. If you want to do that, I do walking lunges instead. But yeah, it's a great exercise. I just don't think there's enough push on that. And I also get that glute push, that contraction on a leg press better than I do. Not better than I do. It's just such a delicate little, it's like kickbacks for triceps. It's like, yeah, it's cute. And if we're a little tired today, we'll do some kickbacks, you know. But yeah, there's so many other options that I like for myself. You want a leg workout? Go in and squat and then do walk-in lunges. And then get out of the gym. That's going to take care of your legs right there.
Mm-hmm. Or do 20 sets of sumo deads.
Or 20 thanks for hanging, guys.